With all of the Knoll family's assistance, the condor hen was plucked, cleaned, cut, and on the turbo rotisserie in minutes. Abbott approached Pike as he seasoned the wings.
That's a mighty fine-looking bird, brother.
What do you want, Abbott?
Nothing. Just admiring your handiwork.
Why are you here?
I was in the neighborhood working on a deal. Phonogen went off, and you're lucky I was in the right place at the right time.
What sort of deal?
Just ripping off some goblins.
Typical Abbott.
Am I right to sense some hostility coming from you?
We haven't seen you for 12 years. Now you just walk up like nothing's changed.
I'm only here because your little girl asked me. I'll be gone as soon as I finish my plate.
Promise?
Want in riding?
The sound of approaching motorcycles startled Abbott. Looking over the fence, he was relieved to see 5 kids Clover's age. 3 stopped in front of Bowerman's house, while the bike with the boy and the girl parked next door. Nigel ran inside his house. Kimmy took off, banging on the front door to her home. Walter answered. There you are! You have any idea?
No time for that, Daddy! Goblins are coming!
After being alerted, there was a meeting of the neighborhood watch in front of the Grindamson house. Calm down, citizens. While this news may seem dire, we have a plan. The stalwart of you must gather your weapons to defend your homes. The block captains and I shall meet this golem head on. You don't mean... Indeed, I do. Oh, come on. My bird isn't even finished spinning. My meal is not completed either. And yet, we must protect our homes. If it helps, fellas, the locking mechanism should protect any food items on board. This is so exciting.
What are you guys talking about, Dad?
Do not concern yourself, Nornan. You and Nigel must go prepare with your mother and the others. Nigel, where is Blankhorn?
Destroyed by Zathru.
Take Oblivia.
What about you?
Our strategy does not involve her. Now go. Clover went to look for Abbott, finding her uncle, frantically searching the training room.
What are you doing? Good rule of thumb, darling. If you swindle goblins, it's best you don't stick around so they can catch you. But what are you looking for down here?
Abbott got to the armory, found the popstone, and snatched it.
Bango. That's Grandpa's. You can't take it. Bless my father's bones, but he's been gone a while. I'm taking this as inheritance. I won't let you. Why don't you come with me? I've seen your potential. It's wasted in a podunk town like this. Give me the stone, Uncle Ab. No can do, sweetheart. Did you even mean to help me? Or was this all part of your plan? Things just seem to work out in my favor. You're not leaving with that stone. Don't make me hurt you. Try it.
Clover's eyes narrowed upon Abbott, emitting the all-sight. With no effort, Abbott glared back, reflecting her all-sight, sending Clover through a wall into the backyard.
Sorry, kiddo.
Abbott closed his eyes, breathed heavily while clenching the popstone, and disappeared. The fathers positioned their grills in the center of the street. Nate's charcoal grill was at the top, Walter's smoker on the left, Holt's pellet grill on the right, and Pike's turbo rotisserie at the bottom. They stood 10 feet away. Y'all ready? The 3 nodded. Hold on to your buckets. Walter took out his universal remote, pressing the on button. The grills merged into a gigantic mech. You have outdone yourself, Sir Wrench. It's what I do. The ground shook with each step of the golem as it rounded the corner. It's showtime. With another push of a button, the grill mech opened its chest to display 4 pilot chairs. Nate and Walter were the first to leap inside. Holtz, buddy, can you lend me a hand? My back ain't at 100 yet. No problem, friend. Holtz flung Pike into the grill mech's chest, then front flipped inside. We need to get that villain as far away from our homes as possible. Right! The mech grill and the golem charged at each other, landing blow for blow, until the mech grill grabbed the golem by its shoulders, then ignited its rocket boots to launch into the air, far away from the neighborhood. Zathru and the goblins rounded the corner on their motorcycles. Hey, Zathru, did you see them having their own giant robot as a possibility? I did not. Should we be worried? Eyes on the prize, King Gordo. That's right. Okay, boys, start the pillaging. The right flank of 5 goblins broke away from the pack, heading towards homes, and were met by fiery arrows coming from the archers perched on their rooftops. Marta ran at a goblin with her giant spear, piercing the rider, then flinging his bike at his compatriots to break the line. Zathru locked eyes with Nigel, sword in hand at the end of the cul-de-sac. The sorcerer turned to smoke, then appeared, facing the young warrior with his ancient sword, Avila. There's no enchanted weapon to protect you this time, boy. And I'll have your head for that. The rest of the neighborhood jumped into the fray, rushing the goblins. Sprocket emerged from his house in his full pellet mode, throwing goblins left and right. The Bowerman brothers were armed in their Northern Plains chainmail, cutting through goblin after goblin with a hive mind precision. Norn's battle led him crashing through the knoll's fence into their backyard. After dispatching 2 goblins, he noticed Clover laying in pain next to a hole blasted from inside her house. Norn ran to her, holding Clover in his arms.
Clover, what happened? Are you all right?
She looked up at him, with tears in her eyes. Norn was unable to do anything except hold her tighter. Nigel blocked Zathru's attacks, but the fight was wearing him out. Zathru took advantage, striking Nigel's right leg, cutting from calf to thigh. Nigel winced before Zathru raised his right palm, using his magic to send the boy backwards through the windshield of a parked car. You are pathetic, grandson. Always have been. It is a pity I end your life today. Zathru readied his sword, approaching the car when a golden light exploded from the inside. Nigel zipped through the air, bathed in the light, holding Zathru by the throat. I know this light. Grindum, is that really you?
My spirit watches over all of my kin. Are you ready to meet your end, Zathru? Forever this time?
Zathru disappeared in a cloud of smoke. The spirit of Grindum left Nigel's body. He fell to the ground, breathing heavily, wincing in pain. Gordo saw Zathru vanish. Looking around, his forces were diminishing.
Sorcerer's gone. Golem's MIA. My guys are getting their butts handed to them. Retreat! Retreat!
The golem came crashing down on Gordo. The mech grill sped downward, fist extended, punching into the golem's chest. It tore the spherical remains of Blankhorn from it and crushed them. The golem turned to ash, and the neighborhood rejoiced. The few remaining goblins were in prison. The golem's ashes were cleaned away from the street. No homes were damaged, and by sunset, the festival was well underway. Crystal applied healing ointment to Clover's wounds as she gritted her teeth.
Stay still. I know it stings, but your wounds will heal before the night is over. I'm so stupid, Mom. Hush now. I lost the popstone. Your father understands it wasn't your fault. Besides, he's over the moon and 3 sheets to the wind after winning that cooking contest with the hint you provided. I wouldn't be beating myself up if I were you. Instead, I'd be looking for Norman so I could give him a big kiss. Mom!
Nigel sat at a picnic table, looking wistfully at the moon, trying his hardest to ignore the pain coming from his bandaged and braced leg. Kimmy saw him from afar, about to approach him, when a girl Nigel's age arrived, holding a covered dish.
Hey, Nigel, I wanted to say thank you for what you did for us today. I baked you a cake, not because of what you did. I made this earlier. It's just, you seem like you could use some cheering up, so I know it's dumb, but I thought...
Petra, right?
Yeah!
Thank you, Petra. This is the best thing that's happened to me all day. Would you like to finish it with me?
Would I ever?
Kimmy smiled.
Right on, Nigel.
You just listened to BarbUrbia, Battle of the Block, Act 4. This audio drama was written, recorded, performed, and edited by Drew Manning. If you enjoyed it, please stay tuned to this channel. Thank you for your time, and have a great one!